So if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know the thing that I enjoy, other than whiskey, I'm into the supernatural stuff, cryptids and all that. Well, today we are in Flatwoods, West Virginia, home of the Flatwood Monster. And we are going to the Flatwood Monster Museum. So the Flatwood Monster, also called the Braxton County Monster, was sighted in 1952 by a group of residents. And there's a depiction of it. And it was said to be a large, glowing creature with a fin around its head, shape of a spade. A lot of people believe it was more likely an extraterrestrial, if you believe in those things, rather than an actual cryptid. So the people who actually sighted the monster was a woman, her two sons, and a friend of the family who was a National Guardsman. As the lore goes, they were outside of their farm one night, walking near the woods, and they saw a pair of eyes shining in the darkness. When they turned their flashlights on it, they saw the monster depicted, or alien, or whatever the case may be. Large, glowing, metallic, or glowing eyes, metallic looking. So that's why a lot of people, UFO enthusiasts, believe it could have been some kind of alien. The museum here just has articles from different magazines, it looks like. A lot of UFO magazines and just artistic depictions. So Freddie May was one of the witnesses. And there's his picture, I guess, of him at the time. Just an autograph, same with him currently. Yeah, so the town has really made kind of dove full into the Flatwood Monster mythology, and they have the festivals and the museums, and they also have the Bigfoot Museum right near here, and the Bigfoot Festival that we're actually going to, and the reason we're down this way. There's a lot of this in West Virginia. You also have, of course, Mothman, one of the most famous. So there's all kind of toys that were made about this Flatwood Monster. This is really the first time I've seen anything about it or learned anything about it. All right, guys, we'll get back to the video in a second. I just wanted to jump in real quick and let you know we do have our own bottle shop. If you go to www.thewhiskeysippers.com, you will find all the barrel picks that we currently have available, or whatever it is at the time, as well as other bottles you can buy. We do half off shipping for 3+ bottles, or if you have 6+ bottles, you get free shipping, any combination of bottles. So yeah, go check us out on the web and looking for our barrel picks. And we'll get back to the video now. Thanks. So that was it. Small little museum. Not much to see here, but since we're in town for the Bigfoot Festival, I thought we'd stop by and check it out. And that is the Flatwoods Monster. I'm at Point Pleasant, West Virginia at the Mothman Museum. Let's go check it out. So the legend of the Mothman, there's actually been Mothman sightings all over the U.S., not just here. But the most famous is the Point Pleasant sighting, which was actually a series of sightings that led up to the bridge collapse for the bridge that crosses the Ohio River. A lot of people think Mothman is supposed to be a harbinger of doom. So like wherever he shows up, bad things happen. And he's just like an omen. Out of the different cryptid museums, this is actually probably my favorite one that I've been to, at least. So the men in black, when the sightings were going on, they said people were showing up in town, walking around questioning some shop owners and some local residents that said they had seen Mothman. A lot of people think it was government agents. And so that leads some people to believe that Mothman could be an alien sighting. There was a pretty famous movie starring Richard Gere, The Mothman. Check it out if you haven't. I've never seen a UFO. I've never seen a ghost. I've never had when I talk about the supernatural, I say there's. But this is definitely one of the more famous cryptid sightings. Was the Mothman sightings in Point Pleasant, and a lot of it because there was a book written, The Mothman Prophecies by John Keel. But some were even physically affected, exhibiting strange blurrings of their skin and inflamed, swollen eyes. We do have a screening you can sit in on that talks about the Mothman prophecies. Clips from the movie.
See this one here?
At 7:15 a.m. on November 25th, a shoe salesman named Tom Urey was driving just north of the TNT area.
I noticed something out of the corner of my eye from the riverbank over here, and it came up over the trees, and when I first saw it, it looked like a helicopter coming. And then when it came up over the trees, I could see it was a bird, a huge bird. Estimating the wingspan, I would say 10 to 12 feet, give or take, on either end, up to 15. I've never seen anything that large before in my life. I was scared, but I wasn't terrified. It's just a strange feeling. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I hope I never do again. It's just unbelievable.
And you can find a lot of the newspaper clippings from the time of the events. And the sighting wasn't by one person or just one group. There was actually multiple sightings by multiple people. Yeah, there were a lot of articles written at the time. Everything was going on. Here's an article about the bridge collapse. Was the Mothman Museum at Point Pleasant. Yeah, that's my favorite cryptid museum. It's a fun little visit. It's also some nice shops around town, like little antique shops, ice cream shops, things like that. So it makes a fun day. And this is the Mothman statue down in the center of town. It's actually a really nice statue that they've had out here. You can go and get your pictures taken with. So we are going to try and find the TNT bunkers. And we found the TNT bunker. This is at least one of the bunkers, one of the old abandoned bunkers that used to be used by the military. This was the area they were driving past the main road when they spotted Mothman. And this is the bunker. You can see kids come here, I'm sure quite a bit, come here and mess around. But how did they get that graffiti all the way up there on that roof? You can hear the echo. It's pretty creepy. So that is one of the TNT bunkers in Point Pleasant around where Mothman sightings were at, if you can find it. So right down the street from the Flatwood Monster Museum is the West Virginia Bigfoot Museum. So let's go get weird. So we have several castings here of footprints, supposedly from Bigfoot. And that's something, if you ever watched some of the Bigfoot like shows or documentaries, they're always finding the footprints. And here we have a copy of a newspaper article from 1878 that talks about a sighting. Another from 1895.
I'm gonna find Matt, minimize his steps. Hello, welcome to the Bigfoot Museum. Hello. Sign in, tell us who you are, where you're from. Cool.
So these are from all over. There's the most famous Bigfoot photo.
That's you too, Ben. The one that had its legs.
And if you want to read about Bigfoot, they got a little library here in the back. They got some chairs. You can have a seat, all kinds of different books you can pick up and peruse. There's also a lot of articles on the wall. If you want to just take your time and read about Bigfoot, local legends, and sightings and things like that. So that was the Bigfoot Museum. A lot of articles if you want to take your time. A lot of interesting reads. They had a little library. So if you want to go read about Bigfoot, go visit. And you can sit down, read, and check it out.